Um, yeah, no, I am a little out of breath, because I was just going up and down the stairs to do laundry because no one's home, and that's what I like to do. And it's I don't want to say it's a good thing that I'm out of breath, but it's good timing because today we're going to be talking to one of the foremost fitness experts, gurus,
Yeah.
dads,
Yes.
and maybe he could give us some advice to help help us be healthy, fit. I don't know.
I'll just say this. First of all, you don't really come up with a better name than Bobby Maximus. A. So honestly, our first guest for World's Greatest Dad podcast, or however it's abbreviated for making an impact on social media accounts, is just really well named. I think that alone. And the thing is, he's so well named. When I've like done any content with him and posted, people are like, "Oh yeah, Bobby Maximus." It's like everyone knows. Like he was already a thing. It's like Coke, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. It's McDonald's. Bobby Maximus is as well named as McDonald's.
All things Bobby Maximus would probably tell us not to eat or drink.
I know, and isn't that fascinating? Yeah,
I
I
think
can't
so. I think
wait.
that's why he's joining us. But Ollie, I let's talk about before he gets here, and we can just let it all hang out, be our true selves before we're
Yeah,
kind of like sucking in, being like, oh, I bench five
yeah.
pounds. What is your relationship with fitness, with healthy eating, with lifting the weights?
You
Um,
know what's crazy? I literally just before I had to like restart my computer because the camera wasn't working, I literally just threw on my Facebook post a blog post I wrote of a recipe for healthy steak, which is exactly a big part of like the Bobby Maximus content. So, long story short, I've been fat most of my life. I've had a few moments where I wasn't, but I also love food, surprise, surprise. And yeah, I think I was spinning my wheels a bit. I was definitely not someone who was completely adverse to exercise. I discovered it late in life. However, the last 3 years, all of a sudden, my clothes. I had to buy new clothes, and I haven't had to buy clothes again because I haven't shot back up in the weight department. At least from things not fitting. And so yeah, like I look 10 years ago is when I got cheap eats, and then I actually hired a personal trainer before the price got astronomical, and so I started to do things that you would never do on your own, like lunges and crap like that, stuff that Bobby Maximus shows you. And then cut to 3 years ago, and I was just like, oh, for some reason, the doctor's like, of all the times he said, hey, you're pre-diabetic, I freaked out, got a book, changed my general diet, and that really clicked a lot of things. And my palate has changed a bit. I have found there are things that I love to eat, and there are things that I'm like, I never really loved this. I mean, there are plenty of things I'd eat for food TV that I could be like, I could have that once a year. So it's a growing thing. I'm super into it, and I just posted a thing about healthy steak, and I've worked out with Bobby Maximus. So, and I didn't I was ready for more. I'd like to take him on one of my workouts. Although I wouldn't really want to open up to what he could offer cuz he is I can't even imagine the amount of weight he could lift. It's crazy. Um, I would say he probably can lift 500 plus pounds, maybe more. Like the squat, like the lift. I don't know. I don't even know the term. That's how strong he is. Yeah, serious.
he's a strong man, Bobby Maximus, and we're excited to have him on the program. Ollie, I have a question. Are you still pre-diabetic?
I'm really borderline. Like, I think geez, it's been a minute. I need to get tested again. I basically like seven. If you get to seven, you have diabetes, and I haven't gotten to seven. Right, and once you have it, you have it. You can't then you open up a whole new world of problems. So I've always been borderline. My doctor's been very much on the conservative side of like, you're still close, you're still close. And I actually eventually found out that my mom has, she does have diabetes, but she doesn't have diabetic complications, but she is in it. So I think I'm a little predisposed. So my guess is I'm probably still on the borderline just because I have, to be blunt, worked my ass off at it, and still, like, I'm pretty sensitive to it. A lot of it just comes down to how close I can get to quote ideal weight. I do a lot of right things, but in the end of the day, I have found for myself, you get into an ideal weight and all the numbers go down. If you're overweight, the numbers go up. And then whatever it takes for you to get to a good weight and maintain, there you go. And that's where I think that's funny. You look at Bobby's stuff and he'll have stuff like eat steak, and people are like, "Oh no, that's bad for you." And it's like, well, and I literally put this in my recipe. It's like if you saw the plate I showed from my blog post, it's like freaking 3 slices of bison steak and some like shaved Brussels sprouts that I sauteed. Like it's not like some it ain't the steak you're thinking of. You know what I mean? It's very much like, okay, here's vegetable, here's a protein. It's just I think what happens is people are like, "Oh, I won't eat the steak." It's always looked at as indulgent, right? But, mashed potatoes get a soft pass. Or french fries, which I made the other day. Do you know how gnarly that is? After making french fries, I encourage everyone to make their own deep fried food. So the next time you're at a bar chugging pitchers of beer, think about it. Because it will, it's a lot at once, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what the question was.
I just asked if you were pre-diabetic, and the answer is you're not sure.
Yeah. Shit. Maybe I shouldn't be posting. Now people are like, oh, why are you posting about steak? I'm like, believe me, that's the least of my problems.
Yeah. A year or two ago, I was what I called my wife said I invented the term pre-diabetic.
Oh my
Uh,
god, dude. You are not you do have that problem. What did you call it? You're a what do you hypochondriac?
yeah, I mean, I didn't invent that. That's been around for thousands of years.
But you had another term you used for it.
Yeah, I'm a hypochondriac. I come from a family of hypochondriacs.
I thought there was another term. Fine. I guess
I'm
I
sure
am
there
pretty
is.
well learned. Okay.
I
Yeah.
was whatever the number is. I don't know. You said it was whatever pre-diabetic is. If it's 5.7 or I don't know, whatever. I was like
Yeah.
5.6 or like real close, and I was nervous because I thought, oh my God, I'm so close to being pre-diabetic. I'm
Hmm.
basically I'm basically pre-diabetic. I'm pre-diabetic. My wife was like, once even if you are, then you're still have this range, this time, this amount, she's very rational. And
Yeah.
so I
Well,
freaked
I mean,
out.
it's all
And then
relative.
yeah, she's rational compared to me. Sure. Hey. But anyway, so I similarly had to adjust my problem is I'm a snacker. I'm a, I'm
Mm.
a, I'm a compulsive eater. I'm a, you know, late night eater. I've got a lot of bad habits, which I'm sure we'll talk to Mr. Bobby Maximus
Mm.
about. Um, I like to say, and again, this is my own self-diagnosis, which I don't know if the medical board approves. I have no credentials. I think I don't have an addictive personality, but I do have a compulsive personality, which is to say, I can stop at any time, um, but I do have a tendency to start when I shouldn't, you know? So it's like I'm not one of those people who like I could probably quit anything cold turkey, but keep it away from me, otherwise I'll start again. Get it out of here. Nope, nope.
Got it. So you're
Can't have
good
it
at
for me.
quitting, but you're also good at restarting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. 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 I
yeah.
mean, you're always looking to change it up. I just looked up my last number. Oh, we're getting a call from Bobby Maximus himself. Let's take this because it's important. Oh, I have to take this out. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yes. Sure. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I got all of that. Hold on. I'm literally we said we might even be able to do this in post. But I'm jotting it down with bad handwriting. You said world champion jujitsu. 100 most uh what's the one all time and world's most powerful nerd. That one, I really enjoy the magic stuff too. Wait, Lord of Darkness and what else? I mean, we're gonna find out. Lord of Darkness, Bringer of Ruin. I love it. All right, man. It's chicken scratch, and if it comes out awkward, we can always fix it in post. We'll see you soon. All right, bye. What a guy. What
You
a
know,
guy.
When Bobby calls, we answer.
Yeah.
Bobby kind of maybe that was maybe I you know maybe that was a fake call because you didn't want to reveal your latest number. I think you were about to tell me the
Yeah.
latest
Well,
numbers.
but from the last one, when did I do this test? September 11th of last year. So I'm
All right.
probably due.
Already like weird timing, but I guess you go, whatever date they give you.
I look. This is a controversial take, but yes, I lived through 9/11. It was crazy times, but 2020. I mean, that was the really craziest thing ever. I think that was the most like global altering event. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird how we're kind of like, oh yeah, that was like a thing, but like the world shut down. So that's kind of, that's why like I don't think of 9/11 in the same way as I think of, I don't know, you know what I mean? I think
I have a
COVID
question for you.
stole the
Has
thunder. Yeah.
has Heath ever come to you for a school assignment and said, "Hey, I need, we're learning about September 11th. I need you to tell me about it." Has that happened?
No, I wonder what's going on there. That's a good question. I mean, he definitely has been doing stuff with history. I
Maybe in
might
high
get
school.
maybe. I mean, I might get into trouble for saying this, but even whether it's public or apparently private, Texas history is part of the curriculum. Which, yeah, it's like because Texas existed as a its own entity, um, and you have to like actually talk about the Alamo. I'm like, we mean the Pee Wee Herman movie? That's all. That's all the Alamo is. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean, I
it was.
assume the Texas Department of Education really wants kids to know where they're from, and
Yeah, yeah,
that's important. That is important. My wife always likes to point out that, it's a really big world, and there's been a lot of time, a lot of years of human history, and in the 4 years we're allotted for high school. 2 of those years are devoted to U.S. history, which is what, 250 years worth? I mean, it's like nothing, you know? 2 years, US one and US two. It's like we could probably do that in a year.
yeah. No, there's a. We can go deep into that, but we're talking about health and back to my health. So yeah, last year I was on the app. It says high 5.7. Yeah, and so I don't know. Look. I know I've talked to doctors and they're like,
Sorry, Ollie.
oh,
Sorry, I hit pause by accident. Sorry.
no.
Say it again. Last year, what were you?
Last year I was a 5.7. So it's according to the app, that's high. Yeah. I've been below that. That was I want to say the highest ever. Well, yeah, it's weird. Like my guess is there's a predisposition to it because I've had this number before and I've been in not the same shape. That's for sure. Like literally, I'm gone there and I'm like, my guy. I don't know what to tell you, except I am doing a lot of the right things. So, you know, it's crazy, but hey, all we can do is try our best, keep getting that old blood work done. But that's how I lost all the weight. I was literally focused on this number. That's it, not the scale. Not the scale. Did a dry January. My wife's like, "You're losing weight." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" "I'm sick." You know what happens too when you're fat and you lose weight, and you know, like, wasn't morbidly obese. I mean, at one point I would have qualified, but you know, but uh, it's weird how people are like, "You look sick." You know, that's the beauty of losing weight when you're not used to it. They're like, "Are you okay?" Or to be honest, you start to see the old sunken eyes. You know what I mean? You age. You age. I've aged. I'm old. I'm an
Keep the
old.
weight on to avoid the bags under your eyes.
Yeah, I know. Or you know. Anyways, so that's it. Where
Well,
what's your A1C at? We can have a game. We can just keep.
I brought it down since the pre-pre. I'm now pre-pre-pre. I'm
So
pre-pre-pre-diabetic. So
throw me a number. Throw me a
oh, I
number.
don't know. I have to go look.
You know, it's funny. When I like got into the normal range, I
Yeah,
remember I was like, "Dude, it's got to be lower than that." And he goes, "It's that's not how this works." You know what I mean? You're like, you want to like work hard. I think there's going to be a correlation to exercise. You're like, "I'm just going to go to the gym and I'm just going to frickin' do it." And like you want to like do a no pain no gain. And there's no that doesn't work for the A1C. He's like, "You're normal or you're not." Like it's not like you can try harder. You know, like
right.
this is your body functioning. This is the number we want to see. There you go. I don't know. It's crazy
Five
though.
5.4 was my last
Yeah,
a
we
year
we're
ago.
we're we're in we're of similar ilk. I could
Yeah,
probably go back, but I don't need to. We're not too far off.
yeah.
Just saying.
We're pre-diabetic.
Yeah. Ooh, I
All right,
wasn't.
Ollie, we're gonna take a hear a word from our sponsor, and then we're gonna talk to Bobby Maximus. So stay
Yes.
tuned, everybody.
All
Bobby's
right.
coming.
All right.